what major points in your life where you go, that experience changed me. So
I don't think I know that.
what do you
Actually,
mean?
no, I do know.
But you don't know if you ever had
What
those.
changed
did.
you?
What is it?
I moved over here.
Yeah.
I changed it.
That changed me too.
Yeah.
I think we've got four people here. We all moved.
Yeah, for me it was like a cultural shift, and it was a bit of a weird one. Do you know how kids here stop playing early?
It was a very
And, like,
terribly.
growing up-
I didn't want to be
Yeah.
here.
I literally
I didn't want to be here.
I got here and kids were smoking and wearing handbags, and all I wanted to do was play with Barbie. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I
remember
think
when I
they're
was
way
like,
more advanced
yeah.
here. They're like 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, I remember
Can
when
we
I
just
got
go
here,
play
I
with
didn't even
bikes?
talk in school for 2 weeks. I didn't say one word in school for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not one word.
All
In fact, for 2 weeks, all I said was yes and no.
all I said is that, sorry, I don't speak English.
I don't know if I know, but I think I know I don't know.
I've got cake. I brought cake to school.
Your mom gave you cake to bring you.
My mom wasn't around.
Your dad was like, you only need to learn this one sentence. Sorry, I do not speak
I
English.
bought cake.
I'm ready to
I
get to
bought
school
cake.
like,
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
that's it. That's all I know.
But
That's
yeah,
it.
because people were like, kids would come up to me, but I came in not way later than you, but I think way later than both of you. What year did you come here? What how old were you?
Oh God. I was 8 years old.
Oh yeah,
I
how old
came
were
in
you?
late. I was like 12. I came in when I was like 11 and a half, 12. So I stayed.
Oh, okay, so
I
you
stayed
came in
like,
later than
I
I
stayed
thought.
like
then.
year 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
but same
year
with me then. Yeah, 9 for me as well.
Yeah,
So
for
there's
me
a-
it's year
that-
8. Year 8.
But did you know English when you came here? I think that you.
I
Yeah.
did know English
Yeah,
because
that did
back
not
in
help
Nigeria, I went to private schools and shit. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
schools I
You
went
always
to.
get that though, don't you? How do you know how to speak English?
Yeah.
I used to
just
watch
woke up
Friends.
like this?
Yeah.
I woke up like
I
this.
know,
and
we
then
just
English
spoken in
from
my
watching
house.
Friends, actual Friends.
And
That's
like-
where I learned.
That's
And-
actually how I learned.
Mm.
I swear to God, Friends was my savior. If you're out there, if you're out there, friends, you did this. This right here, the
This is a
spoken language.
shout out.
Ross,
That's mad.
Chandler,
That is actually mad.
Rachel,
It's
Monica.
very common as well, though, isn't it? Like, you know, when you
It
see
is,
other people
it
from
is.
different countries, it's like learning how to speak
Yeah,
from
Friends,
TV
Friends,
shows and
yeah.
stuff like that,
Mhm.
and develop an American accent due
Yeah.
to that.
I still say some
Yeah.
American words. You know, my partner's just like, wait, what the? No, that's not the word. I was like,
Me too.
like I'm
Me
taking
too.
the trash
Like,
out.
Yeah,
Taking
or
the
like
trash.
say the boots. Or, do you know, it's like, oh, yeah, what was it called? The trunk.
Yeah,
I put it in the trunk.
Yeah.
There's like,
I put it in
you
the
don't
trunk,
need the boots.
it's like, wait, is
So
that
where did
British
this
or is that
come from?
American? I
The
put it in the
parking
trunk, love.
The parking lots, the car park.
Yeah.
Why are you on the sidewalk, Jeez?
I know.
Bro, get off the curb,
Isn't
man.
that weird though? Americans
It's
have to call it
weird.
sidewalk.
No, who was that? Who was that comedian?
Yeah, it's a side. It's a side
He was like,
walk.
why do they always have to explain everything they're doing on horseback riding?
No, that was what's his name? It was a floppy hair.
Oh, say,
Oh,
Guys, neighbors.
Michael McIntyre.
Oh, sorry, neighbors.
Michael McIntyre. That was it. It's like they're so stupid. They have to describe everything as horseback riding.
So they know they
He was
have
like, I wasn't gonna ride their ass.
horse ass riding.
No, you're gonna ride the leg, of course, yeah.
Even glasses as well. What do they call it? Like eyeglasses or something like that. I'm like, nigga, what is no? What do you think I was gonna do with it?
So, what other experiences would you say? Because all of us said the same thing here. Moving to Britain, immigration
Do you know
was
what's
obviously.
weird though as well? It's like, sorry, we all speak different languages, right? And like when we grew up, we spoke different languages. When you came to England,
Yeah.
did you
Yeah.
used to think in English or in your language?
Both.
In my language,
I
I
used to think
changed
in
it.
my language.
I used to think in my language. What do you
I
think
used
now?
to dream and everything.
What do you
Uh-uh.
think now?
In English.
English.
Me too.
I was thinking both as well. I was thinking both. I feel like I only used to think, especially in Yoruba, when I was being like really critical about a situation, and then it would just pop up in my head. I'm like, oh yeah.
Do you know when you're
I could
dissing
do
someone in your head?
Yeah.
And like, you'd probably like
Sometimes
insult
I
them in
even
your
mouth it.
head.
Sometimes they just mouth
No,
it.
for me, I actually used to say it by accident. It's just, it was like, oh, and someone was like, what? What is that? I'm just like,
I say in my nightmares. I talk it in my nightmares.
whatever.
Apparently, Katie sometimes wakes up my partner, ex-husband
Really?
goes, yeah. He goes, you've been saying some nonsense to me. What did you mean? I was like, I don't know. Like, what did I
She
say? I
needs
was
to
like,
learn, man. She needs to learn
probably swearing at her or something.
Teacher.
yeah. But yeah. So
Wow.
those are the things. But
What is there?
one of the
anything else?
other big things that affected.
Parents splitting up. That was-
Yes.
that
For
was-
me, same
But to
again.
be fair, it was that led us moving countries, really. So it was like a double
Yours is a
whammy.
joint.
Same
Mine
again.
was like a double whammy.
Ironically.
Twins. No. That's
I was
I was gonna say, I was like, I'm sure your parents are together.
That was a double
Yeah.
whammy.
yeah.
And like that whole situation.
Hi.
Seeing it play out was very
The
mad.
man's pouring his heart out, guys.
Sorry, there's something else
Let him
happening.
pour.
I would hardly call it
Let him
boring.
pour.
Maybe a tip. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
nah, seeing that was a very, like, obviously when you think about all that stuff now and you're like, Jesus Christ, what the hell was I seeing? Like, when you now think about it and in hindsight, you're just like, that was a massive deal. Like, seeing some of the stuff that was going down, and as a kid, you're just like, I guess this is what's happening. But now you're unpacking it as an adult and you're like, that was some fucking traumatic
Sorry, going
shit.
down
right now.
where? What?
No, I'm saying when you see things as
Like-
a kid, when you see things happening in front of you, like to do with your parents or like really close things to
Splitting
with
up.
your family. No, maybe you're not even splitting up, but like maybe there was a death in the family or something, or maybe someone in the family went missing. That also happened in my family. That was also very, very. Actually, that was another one that was wild.
I feel like we just
Imagine shit.
And that was another one.
speeding past all these
That was another
experiences.
one that was wild. So basically,
Bloody
one of my
hell.
mum's brothers, he went missing. He was in uni at the time, and I was about like 7, 8. He went missing, and they couldn't find
Oh,
him.
bloody
And that, yeah, he just went missing. Like they found his car, like near the edge of the forest, and the seatbelt was cut in half. No blood. That was just all they found in the car.
Bloody
Just
hell.
the seatbelt was ripped in half, and no one's heard from him since then.
Kai.
What happened? We don't know if he moved country. We don't know.
Wait, sorry, so till now.
Till now, nobody knows what happened to
Oh,
him.
wow.
So back then,
Wait, what?
Wool up, nigga. Wool up, wool up, wool up.
yeah.
Jerry's
Right. I'm like, bro.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and then we ended up finding him the next day. Haha. No, it's like till
No.
now.
I was
He
waiting
gone.
for a
Yeah, I
happy
know.
ending.
Yeah.
But then we found him and he said he remembered nothing.
No.
Or he just had a drunk
Wow.
bender.
We never heard from him again. And he
Wow.
was like the youngest one in the family as well. Like, he was basically the baby of my mom's family. Like he was the baby of all the kids. Like he was the youngest, and obviously he was in uni at the time as well. In one of the unis in Lagos. I think it was Unilag or something. I'm not sure what the university was, but I remember that period of my life. It's one of those ones that stick out. And like certain days stick out very specific because of what we were doing on those days. Like we'd go to my auntie's house. Basically, her husband was in the Air Force. He was it was in the logistics department.
Yeah.
So, and he was quite high up in the Air Force as well. So they lived in the nice parts of the barracks. There are parts with the really lovely houses. That's where they lived. And I always used to go there in the summer. That was basically where I was every summer. So when that happened, the whole family congregated. She had like 8 brothers and sisters at the time.
Okay.
So it was a big gathering. All the cousins. It was mad. Like, you know, everyone's gathering there.
Yeah.
We used to do all those prayer vigils, praying overnight. They'd go to different pastors. They'll say different things. They'll have different visions. That whole like month, like when I was a kid, was so wild. And now that I've grown up, I'm thinking that was such a wild period.
How did that affect you? And like, how did that shape the way you think about things?
I don't know. I think that was another turning point for me in terms of like
concluded.
in terms of religion. I actually I thought about this, and that was a turning point for me in terms of religion. There was also another one of religion that happened to me when I was much younger. Talk about that later. But,
Yeah.
but this one, it was kind of like I was like, what's happened to him and where is he gone? And if God knows where he is, why isn't he telling us where he is? That kind of, you know, when you think as a child, you're like, why isn't God telling us where he is? Because if all these pastors are saying they have visions, why isn't God just telling them where he is and just letting us find him?
I'm just shocked right now because this is the first time actually hearing any of
It's
this.
very-
Like,
Did you have a relationship with this cousin?
Well, I'd spoken to him like once or twice, but when you're an African family, you have like a big extended family.
I know, but I feel
You see them once in a while, or
I was gonna say it's different. Do you know when like you've got a personal relationship with a person? it
Oh
kind of
yeah,
hits you
that's
differently,
different.
Which is why I was saying it's like, did you have a relationship?
But
with
not
that
him, not him. There were other members of my family who were extended that I did have a personal relationship with, who I actually still talk to till today. In fact, I spoke to like 2-3 days ago, but not him in particular. And because he was in uni at the time, we never really saw him that much because obviously he was in uni. So, but nah, that whole month was wild because it was literally prayer every other night, vigil services, staying up all night, getting calls from all these different pastors. And obviously, as a kid, I started to wonder, like, so what is it that they don't know? Like, why isn't it becoming more clearer where he is?
God, yeah.
Like,
God.
and especially with God, because that was what we were doing a lot at the time. And you can imagine a typically Christian family with 9 kids. All the kids have cousins who are also Christians, and they're all congregating under one roof.
Yeah.
And they're all praying, and you'd be like, well, I mean, surely God is going to see one of us and be like, I'll tell him something, or I'll tell them something, or God would. And it was a really it was a heavy thing for for the family at that time. And now that I've grown up and I think about that whole situation, I'm like, that was wild. That was wild because it's not something that I've actually heard happen to anyone else.
No.
Like a family member just going, it literally dropped off the face of the earth. That's what it was.
Okay, but how did that make you, like, how has that formed you into the person that you are now?
To be
Did it make
honest,
you more
I would say-
fearful? Did it make you like?
I don't know, like
Cautious, what?
Nah,
Like-
I wouldn't say it affected me directly in terms of like how I would act if I went
Also, you
out.
just didn't even think it, like, it happened, life
what I'm
happened,
saying,
and
like-
then you're just like, whoa, that's
But
kind
the
of
thing
crazy.
is, when you're a kid, you don't think like that. Because I must have been like 7 or 8 at the time, 7, 8, 9. It wasn't a something happened that I could easily relate to. It was he's in uni. You know, when you're a kid, you see certain things as way over there, like things like university way over there, things like girlfriends are way over there,
Yeah.
things like football are way over there. Like even football is a bit closer, but like big things.
Yeah.
But it's affected you how you look at religion, though. That's how it shaped.
Yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying. Is that's the part where it affected me. Where I
Oh.
started thinking, why hasn't God either told us where He is, or why hasn't He given us a clue about how to find Him? If we're doing all this, and
I
we've been
think the
doing all
first
this
time
for so
I
long.
questioned God personally, if you're talking about like when I was a kid, was I think it was at the time. It was weird. I was very optimistic about God. So my mom felt ill. She had schizophrenia. I was like, God's still there. He's helping us. My,
That's awesome,
my sister. I found out now. My sister went through horrific things that I don't want to mention, but they were horrific. And I still finding out now. At the time when I was a kid, I knew it was happening basically, but I wasn't sure, and she would never tell me to protect me.
Right.
So I could never even bring it up in front of her, because if I even tried to say what's going on with you, she would just go into defense mode. So even at the time, even knowing that, I still was like, God's here. We're still healthy. We're still alive. And then the point, my sister went back to Iran because she had to. Her life in Germany was just not happening for her. My mom was going through mentally. She just wasn't there no more. She was like multiple humans, but she wasn't her. So at that time, I was literally by myself at the age of 10, taking care of myself basically. And at that point, when I was sat there, and then her boyfriend, who was also a drug addict, who used to beat me at the time, just sat there as a kid, and I was thinking, God's not here. Yeah, he can't be here.
I can see.
I was like, and at the time, I was actually Christian. And I was like, he can't be here. How is it? What have I done? What have I done so badly in my life that I'm here today, sat here?
I should have started
Right?
the story because I can't even compete.
There's no
This is
competition
all
here.
messed up. I'm like, no, it's not even about the
Can you
competition.
imagine
I'm
someone's
just like,
for me party? That's all I want to say after that.
traumatized
Everybody
me.
has their
Barbie.
own experiences,
No,
though. And my experiences being what they are doesn't belittle someone else's experiences.
No.
Your experiences are as valid as mine, just because they still shaped you to who you are today. Just because my experiences are seen as more extreme doesn't mean they're more valid. Well,
No, they are more extreme.
no.
Not
Well, yeah,
They
more
might be
extreme.
more extreme, but they're still just as valid to him as he feels as just yours would be valid to you.
Just
as
as
you
silly
feel.
as Barbie was stolen,
Like
for example.
my
No, that was a
what I
lie.
went
Oh.
through. What I went
There was
through.
no stolen Barbie.
What I
No
went
one
through
looked.
doesn't invalidate what he went through. Wouldn't invalidate what you go through or what she go through. You know what I mean? Like
Oh my God,
it's
sorry.
It's a lot. For me, the first time I actually questioned God was such a silly thing though. It was in Sunday school. And like we were praying, and like the Sunday school teachers used to say, you know, when we're praying, you need to close your eyes because the angel of God is walking around the room listening to everybody's prayers, so you can take notes down and take it back to God and tell God what you want. So you need to close your eyes. So I was praying, and my eyes started itching, and I was like, I want to open my eyes, bro. These angels are out here walking around; they might see me. Keep my eyes shut, but my eye was itching, bro. It was itching, so I started scratching my eye, and obviously I opened my eyes and I didn't see no angels. I was like, "Hi, these women have been lying to me."
Why the fuck you lying?
I never went to a church
angels.
like that. I never went to a church like
No,
that.
but this was Sunday school. You
Yeah.
know how Sunday school teachers just say stuff. Sometimes they just say stuff for no reason. Oh, close your eyes, angels of God. Why would you tell me that? That's a lie. That's a barefaced lie. So obviously I'm opening my eyes. I'm seeing that. Well, there's no angels around unless I'm blind. And I can see you, bitch. So I'm not blind. But when you now tell me angels going to walk around the room, obviously, as a kid, I didn't understand that what they meant was spiritually. They're walking around the room listening. But I opened my eyes and I didn't see nothing. And I was like, what else are they lying about?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I feel like now that's such a stupid thing. But as a kid, that really affected me. So I was like, well,
To be fair, I probably was that gullible. I'd be like, I can't see the angels because they're not visible to my human eye. That's how I would look at it. I believed in God, like straight by a shot.
but you know, it's
so
when
I
they
was
say
just like,
close your eyes,
no.
don't open it, or they will see you. I'm like, right, so but I've opened my eyes now and nothing has happened. I'm not blind. I can still see. They're still here, listening to everybody else's prayers. So what's going to happen to me now?
Yeah.
Nothing.
But anyway, so that's mine and Michael's experiences. What about you two?
God damn.
Next question. See ya.
Hey.
Sorry.
No. The only time I can actually think about.
Sorry, quick question. I didn't actually know that story was wild, you know, like the missing. I didn't know that shit was
How
wild.
did you not know?
Honestly, when you guys actually reacted, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know you guys would think that was a wild story.
It is like
It is a
because
wild
someone's
story.
missing and
Obviously.
you haven't found them till now.
For no reason, it seems like. It's just like just missing. No blood, no nothing. That is wild. And for some reason, the seatbelt's
Yeah.
cut in half. They could just took the seatbelt
This
off.
was in Nigeria. You know, I watch Nigerian movies.
Yeah, that's what a lot of us thought that too. That he'd been
Chill.
kidnapped and killed for ritual. So that there was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why was the seatbelt cut in half? Again, that's
No one,
about,
know-
they
no
could
one
have just
knows,
got.
man.
To remove
That's
them.
weird.
Could've removed
Someone
it by
needs to
force.
go there quickly. Cut.
But
Get
it's
him
how
out.
long. I don't know. I'm going into specifics.
Yeah.
There's
Village
no
chats, why you know
point.
about buttons and seatbelts?
Buttons, you know, it's difficult.
Sorry, it was
Cut
in
you
university.
out.
So obviously there were people in uni that had cars. I'm guessing, and I genuinely feel like he died and like something happened to him. Like they used him for ritual or something, because.
Damn.
I don't. None of us knew what the because it wasn't like he was immensely wealthy or it was just one of those things where we're like, I don't know, he must have just been massively unlucky. But there are still till today a lot of people in the family that think he left the country. I'm like, why would he do that?
So what about you guys now?
For me, it was actually one of the times when I came into the UK, I thought God was punishing me because I don't want to even go in too much into like the whole race thing, but I felt like I was the only black person in every place that we went to, and that was Oxford, Southend-on-Sea, even Scarborough at some point.
Scarborough, yeah.
But like I felt like because of how much bullying I used to get,
Yeah.
like because for me, like I actually used to be. I know you guys now kind of see me as, or you used to see me as a, sort of shy person or whatever. But I wasn't like that from Zim. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I came here, it was such a culture shock to me that I kind of just receded. Do you know like how you were saying that you didn't talk for
I
like
speak for 2 weeks.
for 2 weeks or something like that. For me, like it was sort of more extended because anytime I sort of tried to speak out or anything, like I used to just get so much bullying and it was so tough. And I was like, God, because I used to pray a lot. I used to pray when I was in South Africa. I used to pray when I was in Zimbabwe. Then when I came here, I still used to pray because my mom was is still religious. And I was like, God, why are you punishing me? Like, you put me in an environment that I didn't ask for. I didn't want to be here. I don't want to be here. and you put me here in front of people that don't like me, that never will like me. And because I kept on moving from school to school, in different school, one school, another school, another school, like I just didn't get any attachment to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like even Scarborough, I can count how many people that I sort of call like my friends and stuff. Omid is one of them. And like I also have like, I don't even want to sort of go into
You've
it.
seen like of Aiden or
Yeah. I have like more friends that I ended up getting from uni, and that was such a turning point for me. And that's when I started thinking, you know what? But back then, like I was like, God, like why did you make me black in a place where there's all these white people, and you're keeping me here, and I don't want to be here. And I used to pray constantly.
And
I-
nothing happened. And then you thought, why?
No,
why is
constantly.
God-
Yeah.
why is God not?
I even started like getting rocks and trying to make my skin lighter and
That's deep.
stuff.
Ah, damn.
That's
That is
wild.
deep.
See, that to me, that's wild.
That is
That's
wild.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then like it started getting to a point where I was just like, I can't keep fighting this. This is the situation I'm sort of in. So even now, when I started getting bullied, I just kind of started sort of almost taking it. And even like with sort of the situations that's sort of happening now with the whole like Black Lives Matter or whatever, it kind of hit me because I was like, shit, I never sort of like looked into my like history and my anything because I was so suppressed in the environment I was in, the circle I was in.
Damn.
I was so pushed down that I never even looked to. I didn't have any like role models. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. So like for me, I didn't have anyone to kind of look up to. And even like we have one of like my friends. I used to make fun of the way I dress and everything, and it's because like the people that I used to.
No, it wasn't actually.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, because
I just had to make sure. I was like, was he trying to snitch on?
No.
no. It's because the way I used to dress was like an American type style.
No, I made
Or was that in
dressing
uni?
and
Or
stuff.
you mean like when you
the first time I came into uni
Okay.
was
I
like,
made fun of him in uni. That's
You know what you are? EP, aka Enemy of Progress.
I'm not admitting to it, but
no, but like
in
even
case
in
he
uni,
wants to get into it.
yeah.
no, but like in uni, the first sort of like couple of months or something, like I used to dress like an American rapper. Do you know what I mean? With them baggy.
But yeah, what year was
Fresh
that?
Prince.
No, yeah, even
What year
that.
was
Fresh
that?
I feel like a lot of guys dress like that, but at the time, anyway.
Fresh Prince of
2009.
Scarborough.
No, but I was still far behind because it was Scarborough.
in uni,
Yeah, it was a time where people were wearing skinny jeans and all that, and I used to wear like them baggy shirts
Yeah.
and the baggy shoes.
That
And
should have been in college for
Huh?
you. That should have been.
yeah,
college.
exactly.
that.
But there wasn't a time
But then
period
again,
for me,
so was
like because I
88
didn't.
of that was into.
All I saw was Nelly and LL Cool J and
Fair.
stuff like on TV, and that was sort of. So for me, that was sort of like.
So that shaped you to be a bit more
No,
questionable
question
towards.
to God, because I was like, why would God do this to me? Like I've been praying, I haven't done anything wrong, like since then or whatever, and I just been I suffered.
Yeah, to
like-
become. To then question why would you let me suffer all this time? Basically,
yeah,
I feel like we have a
exactly.
fairly like common theme of like why would you let me suffer kind of thing here. Like, going, I feel like
I see what you mean.
I think it is quite commonly known because you question God the sin you're suffering too much. You're like, wait, why?
Yeah,
And
like
you can
I've
justify
been
it
praying,
so
yeah.
long before eventually you go, wait, actually you could have stopped this if you're as powerful as you are, and that's what people say. Now, by the way, I do believe in God, but I just don't believe in the
There's part of the Bible that
religious
said
view
God
of
will
that.
make you suffer stuff that you can't.
Yeah,
That that He doesn't think you can cope with, and
Yeah.
He doesn't give you. He doesn't give you
Something more than you can handle.
something more than you
Yeah,
can
because
handle.
yeah.
but then you
that's
question
true.
it with people that then kill themselves, or didn't he then do it to them technically? But that's when the questioning of God comes in a lot of times, because you take the Bible, the Quran, I forgot what the Jewish book is, to be fair, called, but Torah as like black and white. This is it. You don't look beyond it. So I think there's words you can look beyond them, and I think religion is almost like a guideline. It's not a law for me personally. I know for everyone else it's different. But anyway, that's going into religion. We haven't heard from you yesterday.
Is there?
Is there?
It doesn't have
don't
to.
have
be.
That
to.
what's made me
Like,
question.
No, not necessarily question religion, but is there anything in your childhood that has shaped you to be who you are today? Doesn't necessarily have to be based on religion.
So we're not doing the whole coming to England.
No, because that was one of them.
Yeah. So that was one of them. If there isn't anything you want to talk about, that's fine. But is there? Would you say there is anything else that
Nah, pass.
Next question. See ya.